Have you ever felt like you're just drifting through life, putting things off until tomorrow? That was Alex's entire philosophy. He was a master of procrastination, a king of the couch, always believing that someday everything would magically fall into place. He had a wonderful girlfriend, Sarah, who saw the potential in him, the spark hidden beneath layers of laziness. But potential doesn't pay the bills, and dreams don't come true from the sofa. Sarah tried everything. She encouraged him, supported him, and even gave him ultimatums. "Alex," she'd say, her voice tinged with a mix of hope and frustration, "I love you, but I can't build a future with someone who won't even start building their present." Alex would just smile, promise to change, and then go right back to his old ways. For him, the comfort of doing nothing today was always more appealing than the promise of a better tomorrow. The breaking point finally came. It wasn't a dramatic fight, but a quiet, heartbreaking conversation. Sarah, with tears in her eyes, told him it was over. "I need a partner, Alex, not a project," she said softly, and with those words, she walked out of his life. The silence she left behind was deafening. Suddenly, the empty apartment felt less like a comfort zone and more like a prison he had built for himself. The remote control felt heavy in his hand, and the TV screen just reflected his own empty expression. Lost and heartbroken, Alex started taking long, aimless walks. He found himself in an old part of town he'd never explored, where he stumbled upon a small, cluttered workshop. Inside, an old man named Mr. Chen was meticulously carving a piece of wood. There was a peaceful, focused energy in the room that drew Alex in. He started visiting every day, just watching the old man work. Mr. Chen never asked why he was there. He just welcomed him with a quiet nod. One afternoon, Alex finally broke his silence, pouring out his story of regret and loss. Mr. Chen listened patiently, then handed Alex a rough, unshaped block of wood and a simple carving knife. "The wood is like your life," he said, his voice raspy but kind. "It holds a beautiful shape within it, but it won't reveal itself. You have to carve it out, chip by chip. It takes effort, it takes patience, and sometimes you'll make a mistake, but you can't be afraid to start." That was the beginning. At first, Alex's hands were clumsy. He got splinters, the cuts were uneven, and his creations were laughably bad. He wanted to quit a dozen times a day, but every time he looked at Mr. Chen, working with such dedication, he felt a flicker of something new, determination. He kept carving, day after day. The repetitive motion, the focus it required, started to clear his mind. He wasn't just shaping wood, he was reshaping himself. Months passed, Alex's hands grew calloused but skilled. The workshop became his sanctuary. He learned not just how to carve, but how to see the potential in the raw material, how to have a vision and work steadily toward it. He carved a small, intricate bird, its wings poised for flight. As he held the finished piece, a sense of pride washed over him, a feeling he hadn't experienced in years. It was something he had made, something born from his own effort. One day, he walked past a cafe and saw Sarah. His heart skipped a beat. She looked happy, talking with friends. The old Alex would have hidden, filled with shame. But this new Alex felt a calm resolve. He walked over, not to win her back, but to apologize. "Sarah," he began, "I'm sorry for everything. You were right." He showed her the wooden bird. "I'm finally learning to build something." Sarah looked at him, truly looked at him, and saw the change. It wasn't just his words. It was in his eyes, his posture. A genuine smile touched her lips. "It's beautiful, Alex," she said. Their story didn't magically restart with a Hollywood ending. But for Alex, that moment wasn't about getting the girl back. It was about realizing he had gotten himself back. He had learned that true happiness isn't found in avoiding effort, but in the fulfillment that comes from it. He continued his journey, one carving at a time, building a life as beautiful and as strong as the art he created with his own two hands. If Alex's story resonates with you, remember it as never too late to pick up your tools and start carving out the life you want. Thanks for watching, and if you found this story inspiring, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.